Hello one, hello all. Welcome to episode 32 of season 2 of Fab Life with Lauren and Lee. We have some news, so I'm doing this piece to camera if you aren't watching on YouTube. Hello. Lee has a club foot. I think he might have got an STI from all those pools and fancy clubs he's been in recently, but we'll let him tell the story next week. In the meantime, though, I have sourced an extra special guest, and it means that episode 32 of season 2 is going to be a St Helen special. That's right. So I have got an old friend. Mr. David Burilin is here.
Hello,
here we are.
Hello.
Hi,
darling.
So you've just said it's now Fab Life with Lauren and D.
Lauren and D. That's it.
My God. So introduce yourself, Dave. How do we know each other? What do you do? Tell us it all.
So my name is David Burilin. I am from St Helens in Merseyside.
But you're going to get so scousy northern.
I know I am, Anna.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
But I am an actor. Unsuccessful actor currently, but I'm still an actor. And I'm in musical theatre. And we know each other from sixth form.
That's when the friendship really grew, isn't it?
We knew of each other because we went to the same dance school as well.
We did. Shout out to Elizabeth Hill.
Elizabeth Hill, massive.
I know. And like anyone who went to any other dancing school in the north, the whole north, will know that. So hopefully we'll get a shout out.
Hopefully.
From some of the dance teachers.
Hopefully, Miss Elizabeth. Whoop, whoop.
I mean, hopefully she doesn't listen to this because there's a lot of effing and jeffing.
There's a lot of effing and jeffing.
And if anyone had a typical dance teacher growing up, they're quite strict.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let you F and jeff in ballet class. Do you know what I mean?
Or jazz, or musical theatre, or tap. No.
Or any of those things.
You know, I even... So part of one of my many jobs is I work on cruise ships as a guest entertainer. And I met... or bumped into Miss Elizabeth on
and
a cruise
fam
ship.
and the whole family.
So
they love a cruise.
They love a cruise.
Some people love. I've never been on a cruise.
It's a certain type of people. It is. It is.
You'll have to take me on as your lackey one time.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely. I'll bring you on as a guest.
Oh, can you do that?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my
I can.
God, I'm coming on.
I'll bring you on as a guest. I'll give you a bed.
Oh my God, great. I'll sleep on the
bed.
floor. I don't fucking give a shit. So you bumped into Miss Elizabeth and fam?
Well, yeah, and I didn't know. So it's quite a big ship I was on, and
they love a P&O.
It was a P&O. It was on P&O.
Oh my God.
It was on the Britannia, and I'd been on for a couple of days, hadn't seen them. Went on for my first show, and
front row.
Yeah. No word of a lie, and they didn't know I was in the show either.
Oh my God, and then you did it like a head flip, Westlife style.
Well, because I sing in a 4-piece vocal harmony group, a man band.
A man band, what are you called?
The Fortunes.
But it's spelled...
Number 4, TUNES. Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Clever.
Honestly, so original. I love it.
But at the start of our show, we go down the line and sell, and like say, this is such a person from such and such. And I never get a whoop for St Helens. And I got this massive whoop.
I mean, very few people from St Helens can afford to go on a cruise.
Well, they must have put a coach trip on. There was a fair few.
They must have, like down to Southampton or wherever you get on. Can't afford the fuel.
Can't afford the fuel, no. But I got this massive whoop, and I kind of like looked out into the audience. There she was, Miss Elizabeth and Miss Rebecca.
My
Jean.
God. Oh my God, Jean. Mrs. Hill.
Hill. I know. Well,
it's a dancing school thing. You can't call them the real name.
Well, that's the thing. I was 30. This was a couple of years ago. I was about 33, and I still called her Miss Elizabeth.
Oh, I can't.
On stage.
Yeah. Miss Elizabeth. Thanks.
Me dance teacher, Miss Elizabeth Sin. You're the reason I'm stood here. Thanks a lot.
I once saw Miss Lynn, actually. This is a full shout-out episode. Or in a bar, pissed, obviously, because, you know, me and her, we've got something in common. That's why we got on when I was younger. And I called her Miss Lynn, and she was like, you do know you don't have to call me that anymore, because I was about 30 at the time. Yeah. And I was like, no, you'll always be Miss Lynn.
It's funny. Again, I've seen Miss Lynn. I was doing...
You've seen all the crew.
I know. I was doing a gig in Warrington for a friend, and we drove up to Warrington to do this like circus themed gig. Jess Hill,
massive shout out, Merseyside massive, love it.
And she's got her own circus school, so we were going up to teach the kids some circus skills. One of my many jobs.
You're Johnny Five jobs. That's what I get called as well. Here she comes.
I've
Johnny
got about 7, honestly. So I get out the van. I'm like, Miss Lynn. And she looked at me like, I don't know who you are. I told her who I was. And she was like, oh my God.
Did you have the man bun?
No. This is a new-ish.
Tell us about the man bun, because that was the first thing. Disclaimer, you did like leap grand jeté across the street. We both went into musical theatre mode as soon as we saw each other. It was like jazz hands, skip ball change,
I had a fella look at me and go, what the hell's he doing?
Yeah, we nearly got beat up. It's Vauxhall.
It is Vauxhall. But so I am growing my hair.
It looks great. You really suit a man bun.
I hate it.
Do you?
I actually do.
Too much admin?
Too much admin.
Yeah.
So much admin. And you have to wash it and it takes forever to dry. Horrible.
Well, Freddie, the husband you never met, because last time I saw you, also we haven't seen each other for a long time, so this could be a very long episode.
We've seen each other, or spoke to each other via social media.
Yeah.
And I'm also been put on 2 stone thanks to your bloody cakes.
Yeah, he's a Dolly Six fan and a Fab Life fan. I mean, what could go wrong?
But yeah, I'm growing my hair out because I'm donating it to a charity.
Oh, you've always been a nice person.
Well, Well, I'll try. I'm
doing my best. You've got to even it out sometimes, haven't you?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to donate it, cut it all off for the Little Princess Trust, who make wigs for kids who aren't very well, who's lost their own.
That's nice. How long's this took you though? You might be on a bit of a long journey here.
So it's taken me 2 years, but only because it's grown from a skin fade.
Oh shit! You're not one for a skin.
Oh, I'm a bugger for a skin fade.
Are you?
Used to be, yeah.
Was it for a job?
No, I just liked it.
Oh, great!
And it's dead easy to maintain.
Oh, well, there we go. All right, he's lazy. All right, he's a nice guy when he's lazy with his hair. We discovered that much.
It's true. It's nice. So yeah, I'm growing it out. So it needs to be at least 7 inches. Way, lads.
Way, lads. One for the lads. Perfect for this pod. Honestly. Your mum, you might want to give her the pre-warning.
She's not listening to this.
We talk about penises, we say fuck a lot. Don't say fuck and bugger. Happens all in this.
Well, I was in a show that I wouldn't let her to come see because there was too much swearing in it.
Oh, really?
I was in Jerry Springer the Opera.
Oh my God, of course you were.
And I was like, Mum, I know it's in Manchester, but you can't come. She was
really?
like, why? And I was like, well, one of my songs, I'm shitting my pants, and the other song, I'm saying fuck a lot, so you can't come.
Oh, no. Tell us about the other shows you've been in, because you've been in so many.
I mean, have I?
You've been in more than me, love. So.
I've been in a few. I've spent most of...
A few.
Just a couple. I spent most of my career in the ensemble of Evita.
You did? That was the one you were in for a long time.
I was in a lot. I've done it 4 times now, 3 times on tour and once in the West End.
There's only so many times you can look at her up on that balcony.
Oh, I got a crick in my neck.
I tell you. Needed a chiropractor.
I had to get a chiropractor to get
I'm
physio.
feeling Andrew Lloyd Webber, tell you what.
It wasn't Lloyd Webber, it was Bill Kenwright. It was even worse.
Oh, God.
Oh, no, sorry, I can't say that. No,
yeah,
thanks, Uncle Bill. Thanks, Uncle Bill. Thanks for the job.
Give me a job.
No, so spent a lot of time in that as a priest, typecast.
Yeah, that's that Scouse kind of background,
Catholic upbringing. I just slotted. Well, that's the thing. Majority of my career I have spent as a priest.
Have you?
Yeah.
What else are you a priest in?
So I was a priest in Evita. Then I was a preacher in Whistle Down the Wind.
I forgot you're in that as well.
Yeah,
do you remember when everyone used to have to sing Whistle Down the Wind as like their exam songs and stuff? I can't stand that fucking song.
No, I can't either.
If I had to go to one more dance comp and someone sang that song.
Whistle Down the Wind, or what was that Boyzone song that they made famous?
No
matter what.
I was going to say Chicka Cha.
Is it that one? Is it that one?
You
know what? I've been in the show. It is. Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Sure
it is.
That one. It's the really wet lettucey one. No offence, Ronan.
No, sorry, Ronan.
Sorry, but I know you listen.
Give us a
job. You ever not on the one show? I'll take over, love. It's fine.
Hey, I'm just stepping left, right and centre, Ronan, if you need to say off.
I know, honestly, he's great, stepping in.
So yeah, I was a priest in that. And then obviously Jesus Christ Superstar, where I was a priest and an apostle.
Oh my God, I didn't even know there was a priest in.
Oh yeah, evil priests.
Oh.
You're trying to oust Jesus. Jeebus.
Everyone's against him in that.
Everyone's against him in that, yeah.
He has to carry his own bloody cross onto stage, gotta love him.
That's a Kenwright for you.
Low budget.
And then I did Jerry Springer the Opera, where I played Jesus.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And all of this, you had a skin fade?
No, Evita I did. I had like a really short back and sides. Whistle Down the Wind, I just had to have rubbish hair. And then Jesus Christ Superstar, I had to grow it out again.
Oh my God.
So it was quite long there. And I was going to donate it back then. This is why I've grown it out again.
Yeah.
I had to grow it out. And then right before it, I was a couple of inches away.
Aren't we all?
Aren't we all? Hey, a couple of inches away. And
could always do with an extra couple.
Hey, No one's denying that.
I'm going to tell your mum to listen.
Sorry, Mum. So I was a couple of inches away, and then I got a job in Panto, and they were really strict. And I was like, I'm growing it to donate it to kids that are needing it. And they were like, no, cut it off. And I was like,
Oh, shit.
okay, cool.
Of all the jobs, Panto.
I know, but it was good money, so I think.
Okay, fine. It was a good one.
Yeah, it was a good one. Yeah.
I was actually thinking about stories last night, me and you, and the one story I want you to tell is when we were at sixth form. Shout out to Winstanley College. We're getting Wigan involved
Wigan.
now.
Oh God, rival Wigan.
The Wigan crew. Oh, was about that win last week in the rugby league.
Oh, do you still follow that? I can't
yeah,
follow it anymore.
I love it.
Oh, God.
I can't stand watching rugby union down here. That's the one thing I'm like, get the rugby league on, you know.
Soft lads.
Absolute soft lads. Oh, owie. Let's do another scrum. I do that to my father-in-law because he used to play rugby union. He's northern and everything, so he likes rugby league because he knows I watch it now.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm like, oh, what? The unofficial game? And he's like, it's the real game. I'm like, whatever, mate.
Whatever.
Anyway, where were we going with that? Winstanley, when we did our first dance show, and friend of the pod, we say friend of the pod, but we also just bitch about him because Ben is on episode 7. You know, he's not kept up with the pod. So
Is he still on episode 7?
Maybe 14.
Ugh.
Season 1. You know what I mean?
1.
He's not with it, so we love to like joke that he's never going to catch up.
Catch up, Ben. Come on.
He's never going to know you were on it. In about 3 years, he's going to be like, did you have Dave Burilin on your show? I'll be like, yeah, I did, mate. But he broke his foot.
Metatarsal.
Oh,
yes,
God.
he did.
And he was basically it was one of them shows he was in every number.
Because he was a bloody good dancer.
And you
Had to step
had
in.
been dancing how many years?
About 3 at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And remember, you had to learn it in 24 hours?
Yeah,
48
so
hours?
it was an extracurricular dance show that we chose to be in. It was not a part of our course, or we were doing A levels, and I got taken off my timetable doing my A levels.
Did you actually?
Yeah, so he broke it the night before we opened.
That's how serious it was at Winstanley, though.
That's how serious it was.
That's how
yeah.
serious.
It did set
us.
It did set us up for life.
It did. I mean, I've got a podcast, babe. Do you know what I mean? Still waiting for that first sponsor.
Winstanley College.
Oh my God, they should. Look how successful you could be. You got took off timetable.
I got took off.
Did
all
you
my
do a
lessons.
science as well, something clever?
Oh, no,
a
did
history
I?
or something.
No.
Oh right. That's why they could do it.
It's quite easy because I did performing arts, dance, and drama and theatre studies. I've still
Theatre
not.
studies was serious.
It was.
Oh.
I've still not read Hedda Gabler.
Oh God, who else?
It was in part of my essay. Part of my coursework. Still not finished it. That's why I got a D.
Oh God, it was hard though. Theatre
It was.
studies.
It
That's
was
why I
dead
didn't do it.
Dead hard. But yeah, got took off timetable and had to learn all of his numbers. And there was still
Lifts and all.
lifts and all. And I remember on the first show, Ben was still there, sat at the back of the auditorium.
Thinking he might go on.
No, he had like a moon boot on, and he was just at the back, just pointing directions and which way I should go. Because I'd look up, going, I don't know.
I don't know where I'm going next.
What I'm doing. He's like, go that way. I'm like, okay, leaped off that way.
Well, Katie does. She's about to get, lifted, and she just throws herself onto the floor.
Oh no, but Katie Bron was very good at that. She just threw herself at you.
Yeah,
Like,
she did. Just to
was
make
good.
it. Yeah, she was good like
Fearless.
that. And then the other memory I had was you were Tony in West Side Story.
Oh yeah, it was. Oh yeah.
Weren't you Tony?
Yeah, that Butch character. Yeah, Tony. How
I mean,
things have
he's not,
changed.
is there? In
No,
the
he's
original,
not.
I've not watched the new one. I've still not watched it.
No. Apparently, it's very good though.
I know, because they've gone back to like Jerome Robbins's
Choreography.
choreo. So
Yeah.
I bet it's amazing.
Probably is. We probably should watch it.
I know. I can't put myself through it though because it's so fucking sad at the end. Like,
It is.
and I'm not one for a crier, me.
And also, I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to musical theatre films. I think majority
So you
of them
don't want to set yourself up to
for
be really
failure.
disappointed. Yeah.
I've still never watched Les Mis on film.
Oh, me neither. I'm
Because-
not a fan of Les Mis. So that is my like. That is my like.
I'm a
secret.
massive fan of Les Mis. Put me in the show. But
Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Gas me in a minute,
I'll be a great Gavroche.
especially with that man bun. That's like part of the audition, isn't it? Her not long enough. Needed another couple of inches. Sorry about that.
Don't we all? We're just redoing jokes now.
I know. God,
no,
that's
but
how it works.
I can't watch it because it's got celebrities in it that can't sing. So I'm a bit like,
Yeah, it's a bit sad. I've not watched Cats either.
oh, who has?
I've watched the CGI specials of like the hand that isn't a cat yet. You know, like Judi Dench's hand is like got a watch on and shit. Have you seen that?
No.
There's like someone made a YouTube. I think they've like redone it now and like fixed everything.
Oh,
So if
okay.
you streamed it, it would be correct.
Oh, okay.
But there's like moments where like Judi Dench's hand, she's still got her watch on because obviously she was told like she'd get CGI'd out and stuff.
Oh, that's funny.
So she has a human hand and then the rest of us a
And I
cat.
watch.
Yeah, she's just got a cheeky eye watch on, being like,
Oh,
I
I've
need
got
to
to
take
get
me
me
tablets.
Take me tablets, get me steps in. Come on.
Oh God, come on, Judy, love, you're losing it.
Just got a WhatsApp from Ian McKellen.
He's probably like, I can't believe you're doing that bloody film again, Judy.
That's a really good
That was
impression.
good. I've never done an Ian McKellen before.
That's really good impression.
Fellow Wiganer.
Yeah, he is.
He's from Wigan, isn't he?
I really want to go to his pub. He's got a pub in London.
We tried to go in lockdown because we did all these mental walks.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like what
everyone
else
did.
are you going to fucking do? So we walked all the way to Shadwell or wherever his pub is. And it was obviously shut. And it wasn't even, but there was one a couple of doors down doing a takeaway. So we got a takeaway pint. But apparently he comes down and like reads the quiz sometimes.
Yeah, I'd love that.
People just must lose their shit though and be like, Gandalf. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I have just bought a fish and called it Gandalf. That's
Have
another
you?
thing. Just before I'm coming in.
fish?
Yeah. So me and my partner, we've he really wants a pet.
Oh God.
He really wants a pet. We're
How
also,
big's your flat?
It's decent size.
Could get a cat maybe.
I'm allergic.
Oh, me too.
He
Yeah.
still wants a cat though, and I'm like, yeah, but you might kill me. And he's
Yeah.
like, cool, let's get a cat. And I'm like,
Oh,
okay, cool,
God.
thanks. So,
I'd look into that relationship if I were you.
oh yeah,
What?
damn it. Okay, no. So we've compromised on fish.
A fish? What type of fish?
We've got quite a few tropical fish.
Right. My brother used to have a lot of tropical.
So we've got a white angel fish that I've named Gandalf.
Oh, that's nice though.
I think that's cute.
That's your one fish.
That's my
you
one
can have the
fish.
rest.
It's probably going to eat all the other fish. But
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Shows that you're
Thou
fish
shalt
at
not
last.
pass. Bang.
Oh my God. Oh, do you know what else we need to do?
Well.
Your room 101.
Oh.
Because last time we had a guest, we didn't get Amy to do it, and she was desperate to do it. And it's such a fun one. Like those 2 episodes, because we've done it twice, because we've clearly got a lot to moan about.
We do.
But everyone loves to get involved in a room 101. Have you? Now, I've just sprung this on you now.
Have.
But have you got any like pet peeves that you want to bosh in there?
Right. My pet peeve, and I don't even have to think about it, is people walking down the street texting, not
Oh,
looking where they're
really?
going. Especially because I work in central London a lot, and I'm constantly going from job to job or from the tube straight to work.
If you've got 7 jobs, there's
It's 7
very short commute time. Do you know what I mean? In between.
There, you don't leave yourself enough travel time. But I get really angry with people on the phones
Yeah.
who aren't looking, or people who just stop in the middle of a
Yeah.
pavement.
I can't stand that.
Can't-
Bottom of the escalator for me.
Oh, honestly, I've got angry quite
Yeah,
a few times.
yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
lying. Yeah.
You're not an angry person.
No, but there's a demon inside me,
Waiting to get out.
just waiting to get out. You just stop in front of me and you'll find out.
Oh my God, we can put that in easy. That's going straight in.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Not a massive fan of marzipan.
We'll bung that in then. Why not? People love it, don't they?
Oh, thing is, I always feel like it sounds horrible, but you go to lovely people's weddings,
Yeah.
and they have this
the
gorgeous,
old-fashioned cake.
lovely, gorgeous looking cake, and they cut into it, and it's fruit cake and marzipan. A bit like,
Oh,
why are you
God.
trying to pass off fruit in a cake?
Yeah.
And why have you got this?
You don't need that layer for your grandma.
You
Telling
don't.
you now.
You don't.
She don't give a shit.
No.
She'd eat the vanilla.
Yes, she would.
She'd eat the red velvet even.
She'd eat the icing.
Yeah. You know what I mean? She don't need that fucking marzipan, whatever she does.
She's had
Oh my
enough.
God. No,
She's
yeah.
had enough because she's probably had a brownie for the dinner.
I mean,
For the
she
medal.
probably has. Yeah.
She doesn't need more sweets.
Oh, no.
She's got
she
type
don't.
80.
I was going to say, she's got type 2. Do you know what I mean? Like every grandma has. Is it type 2 or type 1?
Type 2 is the dietary one. Type 1 is when you have to inject yourself with insulin.
Oh, right.
Because my dad's got type 3.
What's that?
I know. It's he had an operation and he had to get his gallbladder removed.
Oh, so you just really can't handle it.
Well, he
There's just nothing there
it's
that
not
can
like
handle
yeah.
it.
We've got a nice flower pot there now. Just
Love what he's done with the gap. I love what he's done with the gap.
Yeah. Mind the gap.
Oh my God! So you grew up Catholic. I always forget this because you went to De La Salle.
I did.
What was it like?
Well, it's so funny because
I obviously wasn't. That's why.
I've got a niece and nephew now, and they go to, or they did. I think they've just changed schools. They did go to a Catholic school.
Oh God!
And it is weird, like, you just were brainwashed. It is a bit, that sounds horrible, sorry, Jesus. You don't like me anyway.
I'm
going
you're
to
not
hell.
one of his favourite
No, I'm not one of his
people,
favourites. I'm going to hell. I'll save everyone a sunbed. Don't worry. I'm getting the first round of margaritas on me.
Yeah, it's fine.
But it is weird how like they brainwash the kids to do like the prayers and the hymns and stuff. Even now, I can recite a hymn like that.
Yeah, I bet you can. Lord's Prayer and all that.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, exactly. All about God.
Yeah, oh God, it's all about him, innit? Fucking hell. And then also, I remember a friend of the pod, Rosh, she always listens. You should meet Rosh. She's fucking hoot. You'd love her. But she used to say that when they had like sex ed, it's all about like your bits are going to fall off and stuff.
Oh no.
It was like, like contraception isn't the right thing to do.
Apart from the rhythm method.
Yeah, that's like the Catholic method or whatever.
The Catholic method, the rhythm method, never pissing works.
And
not that I would know.
And she was...
Constantly pregnant on the rhythm method, me.
Honestly. On my fourth. Oh my God. Well, actually, last time I saw you, you weren't gay. No, you were bisexual.
Was I? Bi now, gay later, more like.
You didn't have a boyfriend, that's for sure.
Oh, that's just because I was lonely.
Yeah, you were. You're like, anyone will do at this rate.
Have they got a pulse?
I went through that phase as well.
Yeah.
It was always men for me, though,
Well, that good.
Yeah, same.
Same.
Yeah, but I mean,
When
she
I
got
was-
shown pictures of like rotting penises and stuff. Just to go back to that, to really put them off.
That's
nightmare.
child abuse.
I know.
No, Dallas was maybe a bit more...
Bit more liberal, yeah.
Well, also because we had one of our teachers, who even to this day is one of my favourite teachers I've ever had at any sort of education.
Who was it?
Was a guy called, shout out to Mr. Ross. His name was Mr. Ross.
Hey, Mr. Ross.
And he was our RE teacher. And he openly admitted that he trained to be a priest but couldn't keep the promises, so had to become a teacher.
Oh, wow. Well, at least he was honest. Do you know what I mean?
And he ended up getting with one of the drama teachers. And
There was always teachers shagging teachers.
Well, they're in love. They're together now. Mr. Owen and Mr. Ross. Thrilled.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So he really couldn't keep the promises then.
Really couldn't keep
You
them
were like,
promises.
oh, thank God there's hope for me.
There's hope for me, yeah. Leading the way.
Thanks, Mr. Ross, babes. Oh, scandal. Yeah, we had one teacher leave because she was shagging someone else as well.
Oh, yeah, it was
Always
rife.
happens.
But also, Mr. Ross, you might remember this, used to be a manager at the Nexus. No, the Plaza.
As
Remember
well as being a teacher?
Yeah. Which was rife. So when I was at De La Salle, if you tried to get into the Plaza, which is a nightclub, it used to be a nightclub in St Helens.
Yeah.
It's now a...
Which where was it? The Plaza?
The Plaza is the one as you're going from the hills into town. You're going up that road.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what the road is now. But anyway, it's going
So it's a
into
bit
town.
out, like
it's a
on
bit
the
further out. Yeah,
Oh,
it was
I
on
know
the
what you
corner.
mean. Oh, I do know what you mean.
It used to be like purple or pink.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was like a great deterrent for people at 16 trying to go out clubbing because he'd be the manager and you'd be like, get out, go do your coursework.
Oh my God. That also shows that teachers don't get paid enough. He shouldn't have to manage a
Yeah.
Helen's club. Well, clubs...
Or maybe he got himself into debt during his priest training. The Vatican's a very expensive place.
Yeah, it fucking is. Oh my God, poor Mr. Ross.
I know.
I've not been out in St Helens for years. Like, is Nexus even still there?
Well, no, that got closed down for underage drinking.
Well, surprise, surprise. I think the
Surprise,
first time I
surprise.
went out at St Helens, I just turned 16.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that was the thing. It was kind of a rite of passage when you turn 16 after your leavers do. We didn't have a prom back then. We had a leavers do.
I had a prom and I went to Haydock High, which was like, we had a silver limo as well. But we didn't go out after that. I did get really drunk though, and I decided I was going to go home. I feel like I might have told this story on the pod before.
Oh my God! And you
Ended up naked and there were these men in my house that were staying in this spare room. And I was like, oh great, because my brother come out and was like, what are you doing? So I was like, oh, I'm just going to go in my room and get changed. Little did I know there was two men sleeping in there.
I do remember hearing this on the pod.
Yeah. I had to
How it
watch
goes.
Eurovision the next day with everyone in the living room, like
Hanging.
absolutely mortified that.
Hanging.
I mean, it was dark. I had a much nicer body then as well, so, you know, I'm sure they didn't mind.
You've got a fabulous body now.
Oh,
It's
thanks,
just different.
babes. It's just different. Just more voluptuous. Did you listen to the episode last week where we talked about Freshers' Week at theatre school? Because you went to Mount View.
I did.
Someone's
I went to Mount View.
talented. Someone's got a good voice. What was Freshers' Week like for you there?
Oh, non-existent in comparison to what other schools were. Like we had a Freshers' Week, and because when you're at Mount View, there's no like proper student union.
Yeah.
So like when you're a first year, your student union were made up of the second years, and the third years never got involved because the third years were doing shows to try and get agents and jobs and stuff.
Oh,
So
God.
like when you were a second year, you had to organise Freshers Week, and majority of it.
Can you be
'cause-
asked when you're second year? You're
Well-
literally doing nothing, are you? You're the
well,
forgotten year. You know what I mean when you're in second year?
No, not at Mount View.
Oh, really?
You worked to the bone.
Oh, geez.
And like you're battered down to make you feel like shit, and at the end of the year they bring you back up and then kick you out. It's great.
Oh,
It's
my
not.
God.
It's not. It's horrible.
Works really well if you want to be a priest and stuff.
Always on your knees.
Oh, honestly, I was made for it.
But yeah, like we organised like a few like we had a boat party. Remember that was the thing.
A boat party.
So we hired a boat on the Thames, but because we didn't have like a bar or anything like that. And also when I went to Mount View way back when in 1802, not where it is now in beautiful.
It's in Peckham though, or
Peckham,
something, isn't
but it looks the studios and the building is amazing. We were in Wood Green.
Yeah, no more drinks at the Goose.
No, oh my God, well that was our thing.
The
We all-
Goosey gander.
back in 1800. No, where was it? When did it actually go? Like 2005. You could get a pint of beer and a baguette and some chips for £3.75.
Oh my God.
That was me dinner.
They knew what they were doing
They knew
in
what
the
they were doing.
Goose.
Yeah.
We didn't have that. We didn't have that at all. And we were all eating a cucumber, like we said. Do you know what I mean? Just trying to get by.
Well, because I heard when I was at drama school as well, like we were known as, because obviously on the pod last week was about the fat dancers don't get work, all that.
Yeah, we think that's Lane's.
We think it is Lane's. That's
It's got to
definitely
be,
Lane's.
hasn't it?
Well, because apparently they also have to like, at Lane's they had to have like belly tops on, and the teachers would like scratch your stomach if it had a bit of flab on it. Get rid
Oh
of
my
that.
God. Any Lane goers, please.
Please let us know if that's
Yeah,
true. It's just
fucking hell.
conjecture right now.
It can't happen anymore, but it used to. Yeah,
used to.
defo.
But when we were at Mount View, because also, do you know an actress called Leanne Jones? Shout out to Leanne Jones if you're listening.
No, but I hope
She was
listens.
the first Tracy Turnblad in.
Oh,
Esme.
amazing.
So
The OG.
the OG. So we were known as the, and it's not because of Leanne, because Leanne's phenomenal and
Yeah.
stunning and gorgeous.
And also now just
But-
like worked so much.
It has worked so much, but we were known because of people being that size and not necessarily six packs and stuff. We were known as the fat and ugly school.
Oh my God.
People at Art Said were saying, "Oh yeah, you're the fat and ugly school." We've been told.
Yeah. But I remember like Ben's partner, Adam. There's lots of names going on
Oh,
here, but
all
you've
these
heard of Ben.
names.
You'll have heard of Ben. He went to Art Said, and he said they weren't as strict either. So I feel like unless you went to a really strict dance school like I did, we probably were calling you all fat. Do you know what I mean? Because we weren't eating anything.
You weren't allowed. I used to go to studios though for an extra dance class.
Did you?
Yeah, in my first year, you weren't there because I was the year ahead of you. But I used to go in my first year because I loved Mount View. Mount View was like one of the best 3 years of my life.
Yeah.
It was hard, but I loved it.
Me too. I was on about this
But-
the other day. I love it. I have loads of mates that don't, but I did love
Yeah,
it.
I loved every second of it.
Could never do it again though.
Oh God, you couldn't pay me enough money.
No.
But Mount View is more acting, singing, and I love the dance course on there. Like the dance was great, but it was only like once a day. With
Yeah.
other schools, it was all the time. So
Shit, you aren't going for more dancing. That's because of Miss Elizabeth. That.
that's Miss Liz, good old Liz, Miss Rebecca.
She's beat you into that now.
She's beat, yeah. Still standing first. Can't touch me toes, but still standing first.
You do always stand in first, actually. In the meantime, Lucas, we're going to introduce the producer today. I've realised I should have done that before. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
What's your surname, Lucas, actually?
Jeff Coat.
Jeff Coat.
That's it.
Oh, my God.
Bingo.
Hello and welcome. We normally do a little shout out to the producers.
Oh,
so-
that's nice.
Yeah.
They deserve some love.
They do, and we always enjoy them here. It's very nice. Have you heard any taps on the door, and how are we doing for time? Is my question. I realise I've not
don't-
even fucking looked at the time.
I don't think Lee should be tapping if he's got his. Oh, okay.
We've done 29 minutes and
Oh
9.
my God,
Ooh.
delish. I don't want to miss out because we've got to do our quick draw questions, you see. Whenever we have a guest, we have quick draw questions.
Oh,
So I
God.
don't want to go over.
So you
but,
asked the questions.
Yeah, I've got some.
You've got some.
I can't even remember what it's
You've got
called.
some in the chamber.
I've
The
got
quick
some in
draw.
the chamber, babes, but we've got another.
Your chamber of secrets.
In the chamber of secrets. Oh. I'm married now. We don't talk about that anymore.
That was my Grindr profile for years.
Oh God, my name's out. I did actually say to Lee, because obviously, if you follow him on Instagram, you know he's been in the hospital because he loves. He's like the new. He won't mind me saying this, but he's like the new. You know, when people on Facebook like check into the hospital and like, oh, worried about the test results, or just a picture of themselves. You know, like in
With the
bed
drip.
with the drip, which is basically what he-
Shades and a drip. Oh, bless him.
He could just be really hungover. Because in Vegas, you can go to these places and they give you an IV of
Oh, yeah. Of like vitamin C and hydration and stuff, yeah.
I thought about it one day because in like half an hour your hangover's just gone because you're totally hydrated.
Well, I'm not hungover, but
Are you?
because I got the message quite late last night. I was 3 sheets to the wind. I was like, yes, of course I'll do a podcast.
And then this morning you were
I was
like,
like,
shit, can I?
shit, was that right? Am I actually going to be on Fab Life with Lauren and Dee?
Oh my God, welcome to Family with Lauren and Dee. The big D is here. So tonight I said, did you want to come for a drink after this? And where are you going tomorrow? Tell us.
Oh, yeah. I'm on it. I mean, I'll definitely go for a drink. I don't mind.
Stopping up.
Just topping it up, you know me. Hair of the dog and all that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not allowed a dog. Because I'm allergic.
Because I might die. But anyway.
But yeah, I'm flying out tomorrow morning to New York.
Oh, I knew. Why? What gig is this?
So the Fortunes.
Oh my God, shout out to the Fortunes.
Shout out to
Four
the
lads
Fortunes.
with all the tunes.
All the tunes.
Yeah.
So we're flying out a day early before we meet the ship. So we get 24 hours in New York because normally they would just fly. I mean, I find this is brutal. So I'm going on the Queen Mary 2. It's very posh.
That's a posh one.
It's a posh one, but it's 7 days at sea. But because you can fly to New York and arrive at midday, that's plenty of time for you to get from the airport to the ship.
And then just get straight on.
Yeah, so you fly all the way to New York. Go, oh my God, look at the statue. Oh, it's gone.
Yeah.
So we've asked if we can fly out a day earlier, and we'll provide our own hotel because they don't need to
But
pay
just
for it.
stay in somewhere shite and then.
Oh no,
we're
staying just off Town Square, babe.
Oh, are you, babes?
Yeah, it's gonna, yeah.
Oh, you got to treat yourself, though,
Yeah.
haven't you, with all these 7 jobs, these
You
getting
do.
all these 7 jobs. So, where will you see? Where will you see on 7 days at sea? I know, I'm a
Just
poet.
the Atlantic Ocean.
Is that it?
That's it.
So
7
they
days
just
at
chuck
sea.
you out onto a dinghy then when you after 7 days are up, or
No, because they'll dock in Southampton the other end.
is that it?
It's like the Titanic run.
Oh,
Yeah.
does it make you nervous?
No.
No. You've been at sea.
I've been many a many a sea.
You should then see me hanging around.
I wonder what that smell was.
So salty. Tell us about the other lads that you sing with, actually, because there must be some scandal. Are any of them single? Because cruises are rife with
Cruises
like,
are rife.
literal semen. Do you know what I
Literal
mean? Like the other time,
Mum, you're not listening to this. Turn it off.
my mum does. She loves it. She's like, oh, it's
Hiya, Sandra.
Hiya,
I
Sam.
love Sandra.
Who doesn't? Shout out to Sam.
Because majority of us are a little bit older, because we're
Yeah,
the reason
been in the game a while.
we've been in the game for a while. But also we do a lot of this because it's a job interim between shows,
Yeah,
and because we're all in our 30s, but not necessarily look like someone's dad. If you're in musical theatre, by the way, you're either the young ingenue or you're someone's dad.
you've
There's
got to
no-
go grey.
Yeah. There's no in between. So
Yeah.
like, this is what I've been doing in the past few years just to earn a bit of money.
Yeah.
So like, quite a few of the boys are married or got partners at
Sure.
home, and we're all very faithful and good.
Oh.
Because it's not worth it.
Do you see the ensemble like get absolutely rat-ass though from the other shows?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really fun.
I mean,
I've seen some of my mates like come off a shit with a boyfriend that, you know, no offence, could have been hit in the face with a spade. Like,
yeah, but he's got 7 stripes on his shoulder and he's got a nice cabin, so that's why he's there.
yeah, exactly. Oh, and then they get off the ship and then they break up straight away
Oh,
because
yeah,
they
yeah.
realise they were just in some weird drunk bubble on a ship.
Well, you
for
are.
months.
It's not even just a drunk bubble. You are in a bubble. It's like,
You don't know what like real life is.
no, you forget what real life is, and then it's almost like beer goggles. You fancy
God.
someone, and you get really jealous if they get with someone else. When they get with you, you fall in love with them. You're going to be living with each other
I've
within
done that
a
on
matter of
land,
weeks.
to be fair. Do you know what I mean? And then I'm like, God, what am I doing?
Well, then, but you finish your contract, and you're like, who the hell have I been spending 6 months with?
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Oh, Jesus. And then you've got to break up with them on land.
Well, yeah. Well, I have had a few of those. Even as a guest tent, I had a couple of relationships.
And then you were like, what the fuck am I doing?
Well, I got broke up with. So, yeah,
no.
devastated.
Oh.
They saw me and went, what the hell have I been shacking up with for the past couple of months? I was like, oh, great, cool, thanks, mate.
I'm the one that's been hit with the spade. Fuck. Absolute nightmare.
Absolute
Right, well, I'm
nightmare.
going to get up the quick fire, Dave.
Do it.
Tell us a story about yourself while I do it, because I should have got this up before. You know, we're very professional on
Very
the pod.
professional on the pod.
Very professional on the pod. Go for
Tell
it.
me a story about myself. Well, I've got some fish. I live in the suburbs.
You do live in the suburbs. Tell me how you met your boyfriend, actually, because I don't know.
Oh. I met him on Grindr.
I'm married to someone I met on Bumble, so I won't worry.
Oh,
about
that's
that.
nice.
Yeah.
No, so I hate apps. Hate them.
Yeah.
And I always, whenever I was single, I was always go through a flurry of downloading them all and then deleting them all a couple of weeks later because I'm just fed up of people sending me a picture of the knob.
Yeah, which is you get a lot more of
it's
that on
awful.
Grindr, etc.
And Tom was the first one that didn't.
Oh.
So I downloaded
He was
it.
like, "How are you?" And you were like,
What the hell is this? A conversation?
"What's wrong with you?"
So I downloaded Grindr and he was the first one that was like, "Hey, how are you?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm fine." And it was just after they'd started opening the pubs in 2020.
So it's quite fresh, isn't it?
2 years. And we went on he was the first person that asked me on a date. And then probably about a week later, I deleted it because I was like, this guy's amazing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm really happy for you.
Yeah.
And now you
lovely.
live together and everything.
Yeah.
How long did you wait before you moved in?
It's only like this year. We've
Oh,
really
okay.
held
So
off.
you really held on.
We really held off. We got to well, the thing is, we're both, I'm not lazy, but I'm a bit lazy.
Yeah.
And I hate moving. That's another 101.
That could get right in the bin.
Right in
Yeah.
the bin. Moving house is
Me
the
too.
shittest thing in the world.
Yeah.
And we got to our year anniversary and I was like, I'd quite like to live with you. I just can't be asked to move.
Yeah.
So we held out for another year.
Oh my God, amazing.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you, mate.
And then you just slowly started packing for a year. You had a year to do it and you still didn't do it.
Oh no, I still left it to last bloody minute, love. I've
Yeah,
got 7 jobs.
Come on, I'm out and about a lot.
I haven't got the time to pack.
I'm in central London hitting people texting. Right, here we go. This is our quickfire. And I remembered we called it Straight Up or On the Rocks, but Lee does the X Factor voice. You know, that straight up or on the rocks. That's me doing
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Can you do it?
I don't know. But I did do a show with Rachel Adedeji, who made that voice famous. Rachel Adedeji!
Oh, you're much better than
Oh,
me.
thank you. Thank
well,
you.
here we go. Straight Up on the Rocks. Quick fire. So you got to answer
Go on.
what you think. We ask every guest this.
Oh,
It's
God.
quite fun. Night in or night out?
Oh, night in.
Really? Cocktail or fizz?
Cocktail.
Film or theatre?
Theatre.
You have to say that. Pepsi or Coke?
Coke.
Lights on or lights off?
Lights off.
Come on now, we're all recovering from lockdown.
Come on.
City break or pool holiday?
Oh. City break.
Beyonce or Adele?
Beyonce.
Yeah. Oh, don't tell Lee.
No, I'll tell you.
Dress up or comfies?
Comfy.
You dress up on
36.
stage. I'm 36. I love how you say that like you're in your 80s. Dance or sing?
Sing.
Yeah, of course. Oh, his voice is stunning, guys. Follow him on Insta after this.
I don't sing on Insta.
No, we'll follow the Fortune.
Your fortunes.
Fortune fellas. I'm going to rename him.
Fortune fellas. Oh, that's a great name.
It's a good one, isn't it? Top or bottom?
Stop it. What do
It's
you
one of
mean?
the questions. Whatever you think it means.
Bit in between.
Hey! Versatile. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Always tea.
Always tea.
Love a brew, don't.
Oh, but I can't buy one. I have to make it home.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't have bought you one in Stamps.
No.
I wouldn't have allowed it. Sweet or savoury?
Sweet.
Dolly sticks, to be specific.
Dolly stick to be specific.
Morning person or night owl?
A bit of both. Yeah.
Depends what job you're doing that day.
Depends what job I'm doing that day.
Last one. Straight up or on the rocks?
Straight up.
Really?
Yeah. What we're talking about, like whiskey and stuff.
Whatever you want it to mean.
Whiskey and gin. Like if you get like a really posh gin,
Straight up.
straight. Because if it's done well, it's not like
Yeah.
the cheap shit. Then it.
Well, I love a pink gin, and the classic cocktail is literally gin cold with a dash of Angostura bitters.
Oh, nice.
And it's a wartime drink. I love this bit of
really?
knowledge. It's a wartime drink because they'd make the gin look like a cocktail because they couldn't afford
That's clever.
the
Did you-
bits and bobs.
Talking about wartime, have you ever heard of it's a gin martini Churchill style.
No.
So it's
Does he just have like extra alcohol in it or something?
well, yeah. So it's a glass of gin with a bottle of vermouth just waved over the top. That's how he had his martinis.
What?
There wasn't even any vermouth in it. It was just a glass of gin. But he would, if you go,
It just had to say hello.
he'd just be like, "There's some vermouth," and put it down
Oh my God, what the fuck?
because he just had a glass of gin.
Oh, great. Sounds like my kind of guy, to be fair.
Is he? Is he?
Yeah. The debate's out on that one, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
On the gin front, everything else, no.
Yeah, everything else, we're good. Thanks, Churchy babes.
Oh, yes.
And on that bloody lovely impersonation.
Thank you very much.
We'll call it a day, Dave.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God. Fab
flew.
Life with Lauren and Dee. It's been such a hoot.
Absolute hoot. Thank you for having me.
Oh my God. We'll get everyone to follow you on Insta.
Please do.
And we'll also be on YouTube. So if
Yeah.
you do like to watch people, so we just, awkwardly sat here and reminisce. It's fucking great.
That's
Go
nice.
on to Lee Peart's YouTube page.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Are you going to, do you know how we end this though? You have to say.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks for listening, everyone. This has been episode 32 of season 2 of Fab Life.
With Lauren and Lee.
Hey!
Hey.
Yay. Thanks so much.